It's where the next billionaires will be made. It's comics and crypto.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks so much for joining today. We're changing things up a little bit today. We had a long weekend at Decon.
Oh yeah. I don't know
So
if you can
Spencer
hear it in my
and
voice, but I definitely left something in Decon.
This is for Journey to Mystery Annual #1, the first appearance of Hercules. Very excited to talk about this book. This has been a spec book for quite some time, and we received recent confirmation that Hercules is officially going to join the MCU, but we'll dive into that in a bit. We'll start off by giving some of the facts about this comic. This was a Stan Lee story released in 1965, and the cover and art was developed by Jack Kirby. At this point, we've all seen the Disney films. We know who Hercules is. In this comic, Hercules and Thor battle each other, and they basically come to terms and become friends. But Hercules has become a recurring character in Marvel, and very excitingly, we're going to see him in the MCU. If you haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder yet, then I apologize for the spoiler, but in the end credits, you see Hercules in the end, and he's there, he's everywhere. Roy Kent. Brett Goldstein, that guy is awesome. I'm very excited to see him in the MCU.
That's gonna be very cool to see him in the character. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. Did you hear about the story about how his mom, he didn't tell his mom that he was in a Marvel film, and he told her to go see the movie in theaters, right? And he said, just wait to the very end. Wait to the very end, Mom. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love what you see. And she said, okay. So she sees it, and then she ends up leaving and calls him. She said, it was a good movie. And he said, what'd you think of the end? She said, well, it was good. Thor and the daughter, they're together. He's like, wait, you didn't stay for the end credits? No. Because he was in the end credits.
Yeah.
It was Hercules. That was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, this is a very popular comic, especially based on the speculation. It's a relatively scarce comic. There's only about 1,000 editions on the CGC census, 1,150 specifically. There's only 5 9.6 graded copies on the CGC census, and the last sale was back in 2016 for $7,170. And there are only 2 9.8 grades, and they've never sold. But I probably estimate that these comics would sell for probably a minimum of $50,000 to $100,000. But I would not be surprised if we see 6 digits for one of these sales.
Oh.
So anyone with deep pockets who wants this comic bad enough, you just really need 2 people, and the sky's the limit. So there's a lot of upside to this comic. It definitely has a safer floor, and depending on Roy Kent's involvement in the MCU, I really hope that he's a reoccurring character. I'm presuming he'll probably be in the next Thor film, but hopefully we'll see him sooner. But depending on how this character is in the MCU, if he becomes a fan favorite and a recurring character, that'll definitely help his FA comic in both physical and digital format.
What is the edition size for this one in digital?
10,000.
It'll sell out instantly.
It's a pretty
scarce book.
It's a pretty scarce book. You probably won't have a hard time getting at least 1 copy right now with the market, but yeah, it's a relatively scarce book, but it'll sell out pretty quickly. So, HODL or sell? What are you gonna do, Spencer?
Sell it. No. I'm not HODL it.
This is definitely a HODL.
I never sell things. I'm bad.
I know. I agree. This is a HODL for me too. This isn't a book that I'll particularly stack, but I will buy a couple copies of each variant probably. I'm curious where the SR is going to be, the price range. Given the scale of what we're looking at lately, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 100 to 200 gem floor for the SR. That sounds about right. Yeah. I think it's going to do very well long term. Again, it's a safe floor. It doesn't have as big an upside as other comics already on VeVe, especially the big grails and the big keys. But this is still, it's got a lot of room to grow. And I'm particularly excited for this character in the MCU, which says good things about this comic. So yeah, I hope that helps everybody. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you going to HODL or sell this one? And as always, thanks for joining. I'll see you on the next one.